Hi there, I'm Laura Jack from laurajack.com, and I'm the founder of the Compassion Code Academy. I'm also a trainer for the Grief Recovery Institute, so that might be relevant to you today because I'm going to talk to you about grief. Is it grief? A lot of people are asking that right around this time. We are in the midst of this crisis and this international pandemic and this stay-at-home order and all these big changes that are going on, and people are asking, is this grief? And the answer to that question is yes. This is grief. What you're experiencing right now is grief. And the reason I know that is because the definition that we use at the Grief Recovery Institute for grief is the conflicting feelings that come at the end of or change in a familiar pattern of behavior. The conflicting feelings that come when things change, essentially. So it's not like the bad, terrible, sad feelings. It's the conflicting feelings that come when things change. It's also all the things that we wish were different, better, or more. And a loss of hopes, dreams, and expectations. A loss of hopes, dreams, and expectations. So a lot of things in your life have changed recently. So whether you've gone through the death of someone you love, or whether somebody in your life has fallen ill, or you didn't get to graduate from high school, or your job changed, or you got furloughed, or you're now homeschooling your kids and working from home full time, or you're in the middle of a divorce, or a million other big changes that might be going on for you, it is a grieving experience. And what grief is it's a normal and natural reaction to loss of any kind. So what are you going to do about it? The only thing to do, besides acknowledge that it's real and happening to you at this moment or for you, whether depending on how you look at it, is to have compassion for yourself and others. Compassion means relating kindly to yourself and others during times of suffering. So right now, in the midst of all this change and these conflicting feelings that you are likely experiencing, changing your routines, all the changes that are happening, big and small, it doesn't matter, and there's no need to compare yourself to yourself or to anyone else, is just to know that one, you're not alone. Two, to relate kindly to yourself, to be kind to yourself during this time. If you're having really a hard time, a major emotional response, feel your feelings. Find a safe listening ear person to listen to you. Share. We have an exercise we use in the Compassion Code Academy called Vent Gratitude. And what it means is that you take 2 minutes to vent and 2 minutes for gratitude. And the only thing the other person has to say when they hear you after you're done is, thank you for sharing. And then if there's time, you switch. So you do 2 minutes where you share and you say and they say thank you for sharing, and then you share gratitude for 2 minutes and they say thank you for sharing, and then you switch places where then you become the listening ear for them. And that exercise gives you an outlet that's safe where people aren't just trying to fix you. Because one of the most important components of compassionate communication is acknowledging and validating somebody's experience rather than trying to fix them. And what that sounds like, a compassionate response when somebody's venting, besides thank you for sharing, is your feelings are valid, or that makes sense. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that so much. So whatever you're going through right now, recognize what it really is, which is a grieving experience, the conflicting feelings that come when things change, a loss of hopes, dreams, and expectations, things that you wish were different, better, and more. You might be experiencing all of that right now, right? And that's normal. It's natural. And the best thing we can do is normalize it. We're all in this together. You're not alone. Even though we might be isolated physically, you are not alone. There are lots of ways to connect. Reach out to a friend and say, hey, I have an exercise I want to do with you. It's called Vent Gratitude. I need 2 minutes of your time to vent, 2 minutes of your time to gratitude. And all you have to say in response is thank you for sharing. And let it be a confidential, safe space. And then let's switch. And if you need to vent and say gratitude, I'm going to be here for you. All right. Be kind and compassionate with yourself. Be kind when somebody else is going through a hard time. Recognize it's probably not about you. They are also grieving. Okay. I'm going to be sharing daily videos that will be hopefully helpful for you on this journey as you navigate these new feelings or these feelings that you just never recognized as grief before, and how to be compassionate to yourself and others through this experience. Again, I'm Laura Jack from laurajack.com and from the Compassion Code Academy, and from the Grief Recovery Institute. I'm, from all the places, just know that I'm sending you a ton of love and a ton of compassion for all that you're experiencing right now. You're not alone. We've got this. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others whenever possible, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye.